Hi and welcome to today's episode where we are joined by Jodie Bruce of Canine Dip Dive Maldon, a swimming pool for dogs. We talked to Jodie about her journey with franchising because she's bought a franchise. We talked about her working with her husband. And one thing that was really clear to see is the love for her business. It just shined through everything, and she was such a positive person. It really is a great episode. So let's get on with it. Hi, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Dan, and welcome to our podcast,
where we talk to real people about real problems in real situations.
Grab a cuppa while we talk founder life.
Hi Jodie, and welcome to the show. Can you just start off by telling us a little bit about you and your business and your journey to where you are today?
Our business, it's mine and my husband's business, but it's just me doing the interview today. It's called Canine Dip Dive Maldon, and it's actually a franchise. And it's basically a outdoor swimming pool for dogs. We open April to October because it's not heated. And it's mine and my husband's business. And we've always been dog lovers, absolutely love dogs. We used to foster rescue dogs. We've got 4 of our own dogs currently. We look after friends and family's dogs. We just are very dog people. And we've always wanted to be able to work in the canine industry, but we never found anything that actually suited us. As a couple especially, it was hard to find something that we really wanted to do. And then not last September, the September before, we took our Dalmatian puppy to Canine Dip and Dive, like the original pool, and we absolutely loved it. And all we could talk about for like the next few weeks was how that is what we want to do, talking about how we could do it, where we'd get everything, what we would do. And then probably about 3 weeks after we visited, they put a post on their social media saying that they sold franchises, and we were like, yeah, no, this is just meant to be. We were just ecstatic. It was amazing. We managed to find a site to have the pool on, really local, which was really good. And it all just went brilliantly, really. Like, we met up with Andy and Joe, who own Canine Dip and Dive, got along really well with them, and done our training last April and then opened Easter weekend last year. And it's just been absolutely amazing. It's just like dream job. Feel so lucky to be able to do something that we really both absolutely love, and especially as a couple as well. It's just, it's great.
We were talking before that there are loads of different ways to start a business, and one of them is as a franchise, but a lot of people don't really know what that entails or what a franchise is, basically. So, yes, what is a franchise?
What is it? Well, I mean, we've had a few people come to the pool and say, like, oh, so this is a franchise, so it's not your business, is it? And I'm like, no, it is our business, but you buy a franchise. I don't know, a simple way to explain it, I suppose, that we're associated with them. And what I feel for us personally is that we started a business that we wanted to do anyway, but with all the support, all the experience that they've got, because they're already successful. So then we're just backing on their success and learn everything from them. And the main thing with a franchise is the agreement is absolutely huge, because there is rules. You do have rules that you have to go by, obviously. And we had a solicitor look over, a specialised franchise solicitor look over it to make sure that it was all legit and everything. But yeah, it's for me, it's nice. I mean, they do take X amount, not take, but we pay them X amount of our profit or turnover, monthly. But the support and the help and everything that we get back is definitely worth it, without a doubt. Like, I think before we got involved with this, I didn't really know what a franchise was and didn't really understand that a franchise is actually somebody's business, but you're just associated, or I don't know if associated is the right word, but linked with them under contract. I mean, our contract is 5 years, but I can't imagine us changing anything after that. We'll probably just carry on. I would have thought there's no reason why I would not want their help and support. And there's 4 pools at the moment, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be more popping up all over the place. So it's just, and then you're a brand, aren't you, supposed to? You get recognised everywhere. I think that's it.
I guess it's like Costa, isn't it? It's It's like, because a lot of the Costas are franchises, aren't they? So you're essentially buying a branch or a business that's already got that brand, that following, just the success behind it.
Yeah.
So you're not starting from scratch, are you? And that's kind of what you're paying for, isn't it? To have that behind you. And do you find that you use their systems as well? Because I know a lot of franchisees, they have to use certain systems that the franchisor
we don't
says.
what, like a booking system and things like that, do you mean?
Yeah.
We don't have to, but we do, just because they use it, they've showed us how to use it, and it works for us. So we do use the same system, but I don't think we have to if we wanted to use something different. But I think it's quite nice for somebody, if you want to book any of the 4 pools in the UK, it's all the same. So it's the same sort of setup, so you know you're in the right place looking at the same sort of thing. I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, things like where we get our pool chemicals and things like that from have to be like approved and things like that. But it's not too like restricting. Like I said, for me, it's more. I mean, I might be really lucky, or we might be really lucky, and actually have really good franchisers or franchisees. What way around would that be? But but their communication's like really good. Their support's really good. And like I said, it's worth every penny all the way, definitely, to be associated with them.
So you've mentioned help and support quite a few times. What's I know you said about the booking system and things like that, but what sort of help and support do you get, and what do you value most?
I think a big part of it is because we know dogs like inside out. So with the training with the dogs and stuff, there's a few sort of things that we wouldn't have thought of if we'd have started on our own. But it's mainly like pool care and the setup and just anything. And with the support now, it's just any tiny little question that we might have. I know that I'm going to get a response and get reassured like straight away about anything. It's probably not a specific thing, but like I say, it's just the whole thing. And it's probably, I'm a big lover of good communication, and their communication is really good. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Pink Pigs, because their communication is excellent.
Thank you.
No, it's true. I'm not just saying it is true. I'm very.
I'll own that. Thank you.
Cheryl will take it.
Take it.
I'm not normally one to take. I don't take compliments well, and I normally just sit there and go, "Oh," but no, I'm learning to take them. So thank you.
Yeah, no, you should. You should definitely.
Part of the franchise, you're getting that added support of someone who's been there and done that, and it's interesting you say about the pool setup and things like that, because obviously they're things that you wouldn't have.
Yeah. Really, I mean, because it's not. I mean, under the franchise agreement, I'm not allowed to say too much, but it's not just about getting a pool, filling it full of water, and chucking dogs in it. That's but people might think that that it's as simple as that, but it's not. There's a lot of experience. There's a lot of things that. I mean, I think they're on their 7th year now. So in the first few years of them being open, there was a lot of trial and error and a lot of things that they've learned, which is why it's valuable. Their help and knowledge is valuable.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I know what it's like with a hot tub, having to keep all the levels correct. And that was only a simple blow-up one, so I can only imagine how
imagine like a hot
hard
tub
that is to do.
Yeah, imagine a hot tub with like 100 dogs going in and out of it over the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
There's a lot of hair.
And I guess being yes,
a lot of hair.
It's really like that.
And I guess being part of a franchise, do you get to speak to the other franchisees as well?
Yeah, we've got
a little bit of a community.
Yeah, we've got a group chat on WhatsApp, and we're always just sort of keeping in touch about stuff. I mean, recently one of the other pools started a customer group for all their customers to be in a group on Facebook rather than just having a Facebook page, and I thought that was a really good idea. So I copied it and we've got quite a few members in there. The thing is, our social media, it's quite difficult over the winter because we don't have new photos of dogs and stuff every day. Like in the summer when we're open, every day I'm posting videos and photos, and that just keeps our social media full up. But in the winter it's much harder. I have to keep either reusing old stuff and just trying to think of ideas. I do actually use a social media planner, which I found quite good.
That's good. And do they help you with things like that as well? Because I know other franchises, they get all that marketing support as well, and all the different areas. So it's not like you have to, because quite often when you set up a business, you know the thing you know, but you don't know all the other elements of a business.
Yeah.
So do they help with those kind of things?
Not so much with social media. I don't. I've never really asked for help in that sense, because I've sort of I'm good on Facebook. I'm getting better on Instagram. We've only just opened a TikTok, and I'm like, what? It's so different. But I'm just everyone kept saying last year, you've got to do a TikTok for this. People love TikToks of dogs, and I'm like, oh god, another one I got to learn. I'm getting too old for this learning stuff. But I have realised if you just get a good video that everyone wants to watch, just put some music on it, and to me, I think that's enough. But yeah, I've not really ever asked them for help on that side of things, because I've never really needed it.
So you said you're closed over the winter. How do you find that? Obviously all your work is quite condensed into a short period of time.
Yeah, well, this winter I've still been working at my other business, which is a business with my family, which is actually sold and has been sold for a long time, but the sale should be going through at the end of this month. So this winter has not been a problem because I've been working at the other business. But we've actually just recently announced that in our winter months we're going to be doing dog sitting, but in people's houses. So like if you went on holiday, one of us, not both of us, would move into your house, look after your dog and your house, of course, and well, whatever other animals actually, because I've recently taken a booking where I've got to look after some rabbits and some quails and a cat and 3 dogs. Wow. Yeah, because again, it's something that as a couple we can offer. I think a lot of people that do dog sitting, it's a lot of young people because they don't have commitments and responsibilities. But obviously with us, there's always one of us, one of us will be at home with our dogs, one of us will do the dog sitting in people's homes. And I think people like it because then the dog doesn't have to go anywhere. And as well, I think having someone in your house when you're on holiday, your house is safe as well, not just your animals. So yeah, we've had a few bookings for that. But again, I think once we get back at the pool and we're talking to people every day, it's just going to be sort of like word of mouth rather than something on social media as such. Yeah, so that's
I guess it's just the same client pool, isn't it? Because the clients at the pool are the same kind of clients.
Yeah, and obviously we've like all of our friends and family and people we've met through the pool, as soon as anybody on Facebook goes, hi, I'm looking for a dog sitter, we just get tagged in it. So yeah, we don't want to be too busy with it really, because we do want some time off, but yeah, it just felt like something that we could do. It was like a service that needs to be offered that we can easily offer. So that's the plan. Sorry?
As complementing to what you do.
Yes. Yeah, and gives us some time apart because we're together all the time.
I was going to say, how do you find working with your husband? Obviously, I know you've worked together for a long time, but this is more just you two. So how's that work? Working at the pool, it's just such a fun, nice, happy job that there isn't a way to fall out, if you know what I mean, because it's just, we do get along very well. We're quite fortunate that we do get along very well. We wouldn't have lasted this long if we didn't. But working like at the other business together, we don't necessarily, we work at the same place, but we're not together all the time. We're obviously at the pool, we are a team and it's just us. But like I said, there's not really, because it's such a nice atmosphere and a nice thing to do. It doesn't feel like work and it doesn't feel like stress. It's great. I can't wait to get back there. I really can't. Oh, it's good. Do you find though that you're just, because it is your baby together, are you constantly switched on? Do you get that chance and that separation between home life and work life? Or
Terry does, because Terry's very much the man in the pool. That's it. When he's there, he's full on. That's his thing. But I do the accounts and all the admin and all the social media, and I do find it hard in the summer to switch off, especially when we're having bookings coming all the time and a lot of questions through all our different social media channels and everything. So sometimes I do go, right, I'm putting the phone down, because otherwise you just don't stop looking at it. But I don't really mind, but I know that I shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? I need to stop every now and again. But because it is our baby and we do love it so much, I don't want to. I'm like, someone's messaged. I need to look at it and answer them. I don't want them to wait. But then, like I say, in the winter, it does go obviously very quiet. I do get the odd person going, "Are you open?" I'm like, "No, definitely not. It's snowing. No, we're not open."
Oh my God.
We have
we have had people say, "Oh, can you please open for the winter?" And I'm like, if to heat that pool would just be the amount it would cost. I was like, yeah, we can. If you would like to pay £250 for half an hour session, then yes, you can come, because the cost of heat, especially with the cost of electric now, it would just be astronomical. And it would be cold. Well, yeah, no, it's not an option for us.
But even when you get out, isn't it? It'd be cold, because even if the pool's warm, the outside won't be warm.
Yeah, I mean, it is because a lot of dogs, especially our regular customers that come a lot, like Labradors and stuff, they just wouldn't even care if it had ice on top. They'd just be straight in there. But part of what we do, Terry's in the pool at all times with the dogs, so it wouldn't be very fair on him. He'd be freezing. So
become Wim Hof.
Huh? A Wim Hof, yeah.
Wim Hof.
I did think, I was like, could I use the pool in the winter to have it available for people that want to do like the cold water stuff? But then I think a lot of the time it wouldn't quite be cold enough. I don't know. But then I'd probably have to get in. I'm not sure if I'd want to.
It's liberating.
I did go to a spa the other day, and I did go in the plunge pool a couple of times. I was very proud of myself.
I can't do it.
Well, you'll have to get in.
I need it to be warm.
If you come to the pool with your dog, you have to get in.
Oh, no. The kids can get in, yeah?
No, to be fair, no.
Someone else can get in.
No one has to get in. Terry's in the pool all the time with the dogs. No one has to get in, but we always say to people, get in, because it's part of it. That's why we loved it so much, because there's not really anywhere that you can go and swim with your dogs. I mean, more and more places are popping up and it's becoming more available, but yeah, not really. And people love it, especially kids in the summer. It's just full of kids and dogs. It's great.
No, it sounds like
it is.
Yeah, no, we are definitely planning this year to come.
So I will keep emailing you to remind you.
Do it.
In the process of going through and setting up the franchise to where you are now, obviously by the sounds of it, there's been a lot of positives. But what are some of the things that you found difficult in that process, and how have you dealt with that?
I don't really know if things are difficult. I'm a very positive person, so I do struggle to I'm always like say positive things, and negative things tend to sort of like get pushed to the back. I'm like, no, just forget about that. I suppose it was just a little bit stressful because it was new and we didn't know really what we were doing with any of it, coming to buying the franchise or running a pool or anything. So I suppose you could say it was a bit stressful in that respect, as in it was new and a bit scary, and we're paying out, because you buy a franchise, we're paying out a decent chunk of money and thinking, oh God, is this really going to work? But then saying that, I knew in my heart it was going to be successful, just because I just thought especially our location, like being in Essex, a lot the other 3 pools are quite rural, right, sort of in the middle of nowhere, where we're very close to Colchester, Chelmsford, like cities, so we haven't struggled at all for customers. Although it's quite funny, like
and I guess you've go on.
I know, I was just going to say it's quite funny because we opened our bookings in January, I think, for this year. We weren't going to, but people just kept saying they wanted to get booked up for their dogs' birthdays and things. And it's quite funny, like when we had the snow, we didn't have any bookings them days, and then as soon as we had a day last weekend where it was sunny and we had loads of bookings, even though it's like months in advance. I think I've gone on a bit of a tangent from what I started talking about, but
then you've gone back to positive.
I can't help it.
That's good.
It's the way I've trained myself to be over the years. It's a much nicer way to be. Definitely.
It's much more positive. But you did say that there was the franchise agreement bit was difficult, so you needed support from the lawyer.
Yeah. I found a solicitor. I just found her online actually, that specialised in franchises. So then she looked through the whole thing, come back with a couple of little questions that we had to ask, but it was pretty sort of standard. It was nice to have a professional to know that it's okay. Because they said, because, you know, we could have just signed it if we wanted to, but I was like, well, you don't know. I think it's important to have professional people doing the professional stuff for you, because then, then you don't have to worry about it.
When you're making that sort of investment, it's wise to, really, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
it's like buying a house. You wouldn't buy a house without a solicitor, would you?
Exactly.
So why would you invest that money without getting it checked over?
So it did make us feel a lot better having a solicitor check it over. But then, like you're saying, I think it's really important if you're doing anything big or legal or to do with money, especially as well.
That's sensible.
That's cool. It is very sensible. So your positivity, obviously, we've mentioned it there. Was there something that happened that made you more positive, or have you always really been quite positive? Because it's a really good trait to have, because I guess it stops you from flapping when something does go a bit wrong.
Yeah.
You can see the positives from it.
Yeah, to be honest, I think when I was younger, I was quite a stressed out person. And I think it's actually a book that I read that made me change my outlook on life, which is called Buddhist Boot Camp. And I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm surprised I've not sent you one. I normally send them to everybody for Christmas and stuff because I absolutely love it. So I think that...
I'm going to write the details down and link it in the show notes.
Oh, no, it is amazing. Buddhist Boot Camp, yeah. I think the author's called Timber Hawkeye, yeah. We've got dogs barking outside. But after reading that, it just sort of changed my outlook on everything, and I just sort of practiced every day. I don't know, trying to not moan, because it's quite simple. It's not like I'm not really very spiritual or anything like that, but it's just to not complain and moan about stuff and just look at the positives in things rather than whoa, face! Sorry. Face! Stop it! Sorry, I think
I want to be involved.
I think there's a dog out the window, so she's like, "Oh, yeah." She's been really good, actually. She's been completely quiet the whole time. Sorry. I am a dog person. I can't help it. They're everywhere.
I think it would be inauthentic if we didn't have a dog in the episode.
Well, she definitely made herself known. I'm surprised she hasn't popped her. She probably will now. She was asleep, so she's awake now, so she might join in a minute. I can't remember what we was talking about, but...
No, it's fine. Positivity. You don't like to moan and things. No, I think it's a really good outlook to have. And I definitely find when I'm in a more positive mindset, things don't seem so bad, or they don't feel as heavy or hard.
Yeah.
So is there anything you do regularly to like keep yourself in that mindset, or are you just so ingrained in it now that...
I do. I have Buddhist Boot Camp again on my phone, and every now and again I'll just like sort of randomly pick a chapter and read it. But no, I think I'm pretty much in the zone of it. It's just me now. It's not something I have to think about or try and do. And it does feel weird if I do get angry or get stressed about something, then I really notice it rather than it being normal, if that makes sense. But I like yoga and meditation, but I'm not like strict with it. I might go through phases of it and stuff, but it's just making sure that you do something every day that makes you happy. Definitely is a good one, important one.
It is important, isn't it? It's important to make that time for yourself, and because otherwise everything becomes about everyone else, doesn't it?
I think a big thing as well is I think removing toxic people from your life makes a big difference. Which, over the years, like probably like a long time ago now, people that you find all they do is bring stress and worry and stuff to your life. If you can maybe not completely eradicate them, but not have them in your life as much, that probably makes a big difference as well. But that's why I try and give everyone the book, because I'm like, if everyone reads the book, then everyone will see and it'll all be fine.
They do say though, don't they? Surround yourself by the people you want to be.
Yeah.
Or I can't remember the exact phrase, but it is the people. The people that the people you spend your most time with is the people who you person who you are likely to be. So spending your time and, as you say, getting rid of toxic people.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does help because Terry is like my husband, who's the other half of the business, who's out there playing Monopoly, I think, with the dogs. Not with the dogs, that don't make sense. And
clever dogs.
He's a very chilled out person. He's extremely doesn't overthink anything, and he's a good influence on me. And I think that's like another way how I've found it easier to become a more positive, happy person than a stressed person. He definitely helps. Don't tell him though that I said that because it's too nice.
He won't.
I doubt.
So he's not allowed to listen to the episode.
I doubt he will. He's too chill. He'll be like that. Was it good? Oh yeah, well done.
So my husband goes through this thing, and he will be listening to this, and he will be laughing right now because every now and again I just hear my voice coming out of his phone, and I'm just like, oh, seriously, why do you need to listen so loudly? And then I have to run and hide somewhere so I can't hear it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll listen to this, to be honest, afterwards, because it is a bit quick. Before we opened the pool, we had Essex Live come down to do like an article, I suppose, on us, and they were like, oh, do you mind doing an interview? And I was like, yeah, okay, right, I don't really know. And the first question she asked me, I just went, yeah, no, I don't really know what to say. But I think it was because it was so new, and she ended up interviewing me for like 16 minutes, but I didn't have any preparation. I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. I do feel a bit more, I feel more confident like today than I did then, definitely. But I listened to that once and I was like, I can't listen to that again, it's all cringe.
Bless you. To be fair, I'm 9 years in on my business now. I think I've been doing videos for about 8 years, and I still don't watch my own videos. So, and I'm 8 years in.
Yeah,
I watch them just enough to like make sure that the beginning and the end is fine, and I know that whatever happened in the middle, if it was really that bad, I'd have restarted. Yeah. So I just chop off the beginning and the end, and then that's it. So
yeah, I don't.
All good.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't make videos of myself, but we're quite lucky because we just film the dogs, and everyone wants to see them rather than me anyway, so it's fine.
Plus, I actually had an Instagram masterclass this morning, and people do want to see the business owners.
Oh, they do get selfies of us with the dogs sometimes. And I suppose when we won that award last year, was that last year? Yeah, the dog friendly award. We did put photos on then of us looking like a little bit dressed up. We do try and put some on, but I'm like, it's all about the dogs. It's all about the dogs.
Bless.
Go on, tell us a little bit about the award then.
We won Dog Friendly Best Dog Day Out 2022 last year. I think it's out of about 1,000 entries altogether, and it's all voted for by and nominated by your customers. So yeah, it was really amazing to win that. I was very proud.
You should be. You should be.
Oh yeah, I should have put the award here, shouldn't I? It's behind me the whole time. Oh,
don't I didn't mean to, but I did think, when I had all my bookshelves and everything, like, I'm going to put my awards here so people can see them when I'm on the course. Yeah. What I didn't realise was I'd put them literally right behind my head, so my head was in front of them. So yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, well, hopefully by the end of this year we'll have more, and then if we ever do one of these again, I'll just be like, my trophies. Yeah, so many. Or they'll just be in front of me, like here, and I'll just be peeking through.
So it's good. It's something you should be proud of them,
especially
which is another thing I've been working on.
Customers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So is that obviously that's been voted for by your customers and clients, which is quite an accolade in itself. Is that the majority of the business generated through your customers, like words of mouth and praising you?
Yeah, I'd say it's a mixture of word of mouth and a lot of social media. But then people, I mean, I mean, on Dog Friendly, the website, it's quite a big website. It's been around for a long time, like the dog advisory website, I suppose it would be. For if you want to do anything with your dog, then it's there. And we've got, I can't remember how many, a lot, hundreds of good reviews, and they're all so good. Like, and on Facebook, we've got really good reviews as well. Yeah, I mean, some of them, especially at the beginning, we'd be reading them and I'd be nearly crying. I'd be like, oh, what am I doing? Because we're just so proud of what we do and how everyone, like, loves it. Like, not like the dogs love it, the people love it. It's just amazing. And we are, really proud of, everything. And just really so happy that it has been so good. And hopefully it will just carry on. I'm looking out the window and it's sunny. I'm like, yes, come on. We need sun. We're opening Easter weekend and I'm like, please be sunny. I'm waiting for them. You know, you get the forecasts that go, it's going to be the hottest Easter ever. I'm like, please, I need one of them articles to share with everyone. I go, come on.
Oh, that would be amazing if it was warm.
Oh, it was so, we did, like last year was our first year and the weather couldn't have been better. To be honest, a couple of days it was actually too hot, but it happened to fall on days that we weren't open because the pool's surrounded by fake grass and it does get really hot. So the 2 days it was about 35, it would have been too hot for dogs' feet. So it was quite good that it happened to be days that we don't open.
Just a quick shout out to our sponsors, and I know I'm biased here, but I really do believe that they are the best accounting software out there for small business owners. And one of the reasons I believe that is due to the collaboration that it enables accountants and business owners to have. You can both see the figures, you can both work on it, and you can help each other with the information that's required. So it really is that great collaboration tool helping you to make sure that your accounts are as up to date as possible. Check out Xero today at Xero.com. That's Xero with an X, Xero.com.
It's interesting, isn't it? So, I mean, you said about obviously business is going well and it's growing, and based upon a franchise. So, just in regards to when things are going well, obviously it's all okay. You get support of their franchise, they get their cut. When maybe things aren't going so well, how does that kind of work then? Is there still things you have to cover towards the franchisor? Or?
I'm trying to think. I mean, we do have a minimum amount that we have to, from April to October is the months that we're open. So in those months we have to do a minimum amount. So there's like a minimum payment that we have to cover. We haven't had to worry about that at all. It's not even been like an issue. Okay.
And then the months they're closed, there's no minimum. They don't.
No, because it's a seasonal business. I mean, you could open a pool all year if you wanted to, but I think if you wanted to do winter, it'd have to be indoors. And I think if it was indoors, it wouldn't have the same feel about it. You know what I mean? Because it's like our whole thing is that we're outside and the dogs love it, and for it to be indoors, I think it would be weird. But I don't think you'd be able to do it outside, like I said, in the winter, because I just don't think you'd be able to heat it reasonably anyway. I mean, I did have one bloke that contacted me going, I make wood burners for like hot tubs, so I'm thinking I can make you a wood burner to like heat your whole pool. And I'm like, it's 55,000 litres of water. It's not insulated. We don't even put a cover on it because the cover is, I mean, the pool's 32 foot by 16 foot. So the cover is massive, really heavy. So we don't cover it. So I was like, how much wood would I need to burn to keep that warm? I'm like, I just don't think it would be justifiable, to be fair. But one may open, and if it does, I'll probably go and see it and be like, how much is your electric? I really want to know.
I guess that's the benefit of being the franchise. You can wait for them to do it and see how they get on with it, can't you? And then if it works for them, then you can look at doing it for you.
Yeah, maybe like a smaller one. Yeah, no. I'm quite happy with the way it is. It's nice to be outdoors in the summer and then indoors in the winter.
Yeah. I guess it gives you a chance, because I guess it's probably full on over the summer, isn't it? So it gives you that chance in the winter to rest, recuperate.
Yeah, I mean,
have a holiday.
Yeah. The summer holidays last year, like people were trying to book in July for like the end of August, and they were like, we can't book any sessions because we were just completely fully booked the whole time, which was amazing. But it was full on because in
that's what you want.
Yeah, I mean, in the summer holidays we managed to fit in doing some evenings as well, but just because people were like, we can't get booked in, so I was like, so I sort of like spoke to the landlady, like, can we do like a couple of hours in the evenings? And she let us do that, so that was really cool. Just managing to sort of fit in another few sessions for people because I feel really bad. I don't feel bad, but I feel bad for the people if they really want to come and they can't get booked in.
Yeah.
Because we always get asked about advertising, like, oh, do you want to pay to advertise in? I'm like, no, we never have, and I don't think we need to because everyone just knows about us anyway. We've got enough people as it is. Because some people in September were like, we'd never heard of you before, and I was like, it's because you stopped even bothering. Because at first I'd sort of like joined loads of groups on Facebook, like local dog groups, and was posting in the groups about the pool open and everything. But as soon as it got warm, we got so fully booked that I thought I don't want to keep telling people that they want to come and then they can't get booked in because I'd feel bad for them. So it's not a terrible problem,
going, though, isn't it?
It's not a terrible problem to have, to be honest.
But being fully booked in your first year of opening is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, all year last year there was rarely days when we had any free sessions available. Maybe towards like in October when the temperature dropped, it was only sort of like our hardcore customers, but we still were fully booked at the weekends. It was sometimes midweek was a little bit quiet, but nothing to really worry about after having a jam-packed summer. It was absolutely fine.
And do you find the same people are rebooking and coming back there? Because you mentioned they're your hardcore customers. So they come weekly or every couple of weeks?
It varies really. Because we have some dogs that... one particular dog called Omar, he's lovely. But they come like every week with him when the weather's warm and the water temperature's higher because he's got arthritis, so he can only go in when the water's warmer. So then when it tapers off in the winter. But then we have some of our regulars that come every like week or every other week in the pool parties that we have. And they just love it. And it's nice to have like returning customers all the time. Like we have a lot of new people and some people that come just once and then we don't see them again. But the ones that keep coming back, it is really cool. It's really nice. We miss them, all our favourites. I can't name them because I will forget one and then they'll get sad if I forget them. But we do have ones that have like special places in our hearts that... The ones that make us laugh, actually, they love it so much that they like throw themselves in the pool, and it's just so lovely to watch. But if you go on social media, you'll see all the videos of the nutters.
So it sounds like social media's been really, really powerful.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah. But like I said, every single session, like every single dog, unless people ask us not to, then I take photos and videos and put them on social media every day, and that's I think people just seeing it. Because people obviously like share it and like they'll put posts on and tag us in it, and people go, oh, and they look at it, and then just seeing all the other dogs having such a nice time makes them want to bring theirs. And without social media, it would be a lot harder. But then I think that's just in general now. I think any business you've got to be out there, like, because if I look for a business and they're not on Facebook or Instagram, I'm like, what? Who are you? What is this? How can you not have social media? Like. You can't. How can you not? It's just weird.
It is. It definitely is. And we was talking today at my networking about, as the owner of the business, especially until you've got a bigger team, and if that's what you want to do with your business, obviously, then part of your job is social media, whether you like it or not. Yeah. These days, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, in the summer, I spend at least... I say like an hour or two. At the beginning, I used to take so many photos and then have to choose, because I think Instagram, you just do 10 photos at a time. So I'd be taking loads and then I'd choose for them. And then I was like, right, I need to stop this. And I've sort of like improved my photo techniques as well, definitely. But now I make sure during the session that I've only got 10 photos. So at the end of the day, I don't have to go, I've got 25 of this dog, I've got to pick the 10 best ones. So I've managed to streamline it. In that sense, because I used to spend a lot of time, and sometimes at lunch, we have a lunch break and I'm like, right, get these photos on, they don't have to do so much tonight. But I love putting them on because I know that people, well, if they're like me, which most dog owners probably are. I know that they'll be waiting to see my photos go on. They'll keep going on our page and waiting to see them. So I do try and get good ones for people. Because we had a photographer come a few times to do photos, and then people could buy them. And on them days, I was like, I'll try not to make my photos as good as normal, so then people will buy your ones. Because obviously people just take ours, or they take my ones with the socials. But yeah,
they take your ones and then get them printed and put them in.
Well, yeah, why not? I am getting good. When I look back at the first sort of few weeks last year and the photos that I used to put on, I was like, oh my God, they're terrible. I'm better now.
Always takes practice to get better at everything, though, doesn't it? So we can't. And the thing is, if you didn't take what we perceive as rubbish ones, which I'm sure they weren't, but we're so critical of ourselves, and but if you don't take those first ones, then you're never going to improve and get better, right?
No, exactly, definitely.
So you said you take 25 photos and you sit and you spend time picking the right one. Are you a little bit of a perfectionist?
When it comes to the photos of the dogs now, I am, because I just want them to be really good, because I know that our customers are waiting for them. So it is frustrating if I don't get good photos. I wouldn't say, I suppose I am in some respects I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that. Yeah, definitely. Other things maybe not, but.
But I guess you've just linked that back with your customers are waiting for them and expecting
that's the
nice
thing,
photos, and that's kind of, you built that into your business and really in effect, haven't you? Because it's part of all the experience.
I definitely think so. And I loved it when I took Fizz, like the first time we went to the other pool. I was waiting for the photos, and then when they were there, they were so good. I was like, oh, it's so great. Because people do love. They love their dogs and they love nice photos of their dogs, and it is part of the experience. Yeah, definitely.
It sounds like you take a lot of care to make sure that the experience is.
Yeah, well, it is our entire business, and it's what makes it so nice for us as well. Is making sure that every single person is happy, and I'm pretty sure that I'd say pretty much everyone is. I can't say 100% everyone. That'd be being a bit optimistic, I think. But I think, we do everything that we possibly can to make sure that every single dog has a good experience, and every single person. And so that all our social media followers that don't have a dog or don't come to the pool, they still get to enjoy it as well. Which,
That sounds lovely.
Important, isn't it? Important, because the more you look after your clients and the dogs, and the more that everyone has a great time and enjoys it, the more likely they are to come back. The more likely they are when you put post on social media, just share that with us, and the power of people just sharing and commenting on social media is exponential, isn't it?
I know, and that's what I say. It makes us really happy and really proud with the amount of people that have gone out their way to leave a good review. Because I find it's just in general, I suppose a lot of the time, more than anything, when booking hotels and stuff, for example, people don't tend to go out their way to leave a good review. People will go out their way to leave a bad review. So it's really nice and means like a lot to us that people go out their way to leave a good review. It's really nice, and I try and do that more often now. Give people good feedback, saying nice things to people when I mean it, because I think it's important. Because people, like I say, going back to being positive, people are more likely to complain about something than go, do you know what, you've done a really good job today, thank you. It's like, yeah. I feel like I just keep going off on tangents all over the place, but
it's good.
I have to ask you a negative question now.
Oh, I'm going to struggle.
Meaning,
being part of a franchise, obviously you're all sharing each other's success, because I assume, like, if things go well for you, if someone sees that on their social media but they live in a different area, that helps the other one.
Yeah.
How does it feel having a little bit of that out your own destiny in a negative way? So if, say, one of the other sites maybe didn't do something.
Okay.
How you would like it to be done?
Yeah, it's not something I've even really considered, to be honest.
That's a good thing.
Well, I just know, like, how, like I say, how good our training has been and all the help and everything that we have. I'd be surprised if something bad did happen. But I'd like to think that if something bad did happen at one of the other pools, that people would realise that that wasn't us, because we are, we are associated, but we are independent at the same time, if that makes sense. Yeah, we are like me and Terry are Canine Dip and Dive Maldon, and the other ones are the other ones. Yeah, I don't know. It's not happened, so I can't really say from experience. If anything bad has happened or anything negative has happened, I've not heard about it. So
It doesn't, I didn't mean it as in something major. I was just meaning you said about people are very quick to judge and say things that are bad. So I'm talking about a few negative reviews that says, I don't know, pools were cold or someone had a
Oh, I guarantee someone's probably said that, haven't they?
or someone had a bad day, or maybe they've just come off a phone call and they turn around and they weren't maybe quite as polite as they normally would be because he just caught them on that flip or something. And then a bad comes in. I'm more just thinking about how negative comments in other places might affect you. That's all.
Yeah, that's stuff. I've not really considered it or worried about it, and I probably won't consider it or worry about it at all.
I think it is good. Yeah, you just got to focus on what you can do and what you can control. Yeah. You can't control that, can you? And I guess if anything did happen, then you just have to make it clear it was them and not you, and you are.
I suppose the difference, isn't it, between franchise and then someone being a complete owner? Because if you own, say, all the sites, then you have complete control over that and visibility.
Yeah.
You have standards throughout.
Yeah.
Whereas franchise can't necessarily
I just think the other pools are really lucky because if people read our reviews, then they're definitely going to want to go to one of their pools. So I'm spinning it round.
You are. I love it. But I guess it's the same with and I'm going to go back to Costa because for some reason that's stuck in my mind as the franchise model. But if you experience a bad Costa, you don't tar all of Costa with the same brush, do you? You just like, that one's really rubbish, but we won't go back to that one. But you'll go to another one.
Yeah, because I always think of McDonald's when it comes to a franchise. Yes, and it's true actually because it will be like, oh no, that McDonald's does like the burgers ain't as good at that one because they go, no, that's right, I see it.
I'm being positive here. Your positivity is rubbing off on me.
Albeit my negativity's been voted down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Positivity shines through and wins overall.
He's trying to break me down. He's like, I'm going to make her say something negative. No, you won't. I'll always spin it round.
I was just trying to think of differences between a franchise and then having complete control. Because if you were the original you were the original pool, and then they opened up the other sites and all employees, then you have a lot of control over that, and you have a lot of but if you're getting if you're doing the franchise model, actually there's not that much control over it.
I mean, they do it's not really control, it's more like, I don't know, sort of guidelines and guidance that you go by, and
they set the standards, don't
and to be honest, because of the type of business that it is, it's not like, I don't know, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. It's the kind of business that you do because you really want to do it. It's not like, oh, I'll do that because that'll make me rich. Like we're doing it because we absolutely love it, and we can make enough money to support our lifestyle, which isn't lavish at all. I mean, we're never going to be like millionaires, open dog swimming pool. There's only so many hours in the day that dogs can go swimming. But for us and our lifestyle, it's perfect. So, yeah.
But that's the goal of any business, isn't it? To support the lifestyle that you want.
No, exactly. Like I said, I'm never going to be a millionaire having a dog swimming pool, but I just do not need to. Definitely not.
No. That's lovely, and it's lovely to see a business that supports your interests and what you love to do.
We do feel like so lucky that we found it, and it all happened at the right time, and Yeah, no, definitely was meant to be. Especially because, I mean, obviously anybody can open a dog swimming pool, but with Canine Dip and Dive, no one else is allowed to open one within a 15-mile radius of us, which is pretty much the whole of Essex. So, yeah, that's like when they sent us, before we signed everything, they sent us like this circle. I was like, we've got everywhere. Yes. Colchester, Chelmsford, like all like this main area. Yeah, because there has been, because people have come to our pool and there has been inquiries about people opening pool, but they've all been too close. So, yeah.
No, that's good. And I think it's a really good way, the franchise model is a really good way for the original business to grow, because as you said, there's only so much you can do to grow your pool itself, isn't it? So the fact that they've recognised they've got a really good business on their hands, and then they've looked and gone, well, we can't grow it any further because of the restraints, and then finding that other way to grow their business for them, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for both of you, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, because I think there's probably is a lot of businesses that a franchise model wouldn't suit at all, but this one, like, 1,000,000% does, definitely. You never know, in like another 5 years' time, there might be like 100 of them. They'll be everywhere. If there's that many circles that can fit in the UK, I'm not sure. There probably isn't.
Circles are quite large.
Yeah. I suppose it'd be like one in each county at least. So it could be quite a few.
Could be. There's quite a lot of counties. We're not going to pretend to be geography people here and have the exact number of counties. I am going to Google it to find out how many counties there are.
I don't actually know.
I feel like I need to.
Yeah, let me know.
Go on then. Who's Googling it?
Oh, you Google it. Oh, I'll Google it now then. How many counties?
How many counties? Should we guess?
It's going to be around 50-ish, I would have thought.
In the UK, we're doing...
Yeah.
I've just done England.
Oh, just England. Oh, okay.
4 then.
I think 32.
Dan, what's your guess?
40-ish.
48.
Oh, more than I thought.
Oh,
I was trying to visualise it, but and that's just England.
So there you go. We're bringing. That's just England. Yeah, I've not included
Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Oh yeah. So there could be like 100 then, maybe, if there was one in each county. Well, I can't imagine. That's the thing. And the further,
I could even venture into like France and Spain and the whole world. Frankly,
someone said to me, "Oh, you should do it in Spain in the winter months," and I'm like, would people in Spain pay for the dogs to go swimming? I don't know, because a lot of them would have swimming pools, wouldn't they? And then I don't know.
No, I don't think they. I don't think they would all have swimming pools. I mean, I don't have a huge amount of experience with that, but they don't all have swimming pools. Especially like in the towns.
Well, we've got,
because in the towns there's no space for swimming pools unless they're on the top of buildings or they're like communal pools. But if they're communal pools, then they probably can't have dogs in there.
Yeah,
the little complex that my nan's place is in. There is a swimming pool. It's shared by about 20 villas. But that's like the list of rules is.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd allow a dog in it.
There you go. You've got an expansion plan.
I like living in the UK too much. I love England too much. I like going abroad. Like we do like travelling and that, but there's no place like home for me. I couldn't do 5 months in Spain every year. No. There you go. You can do it.
I could get very used to it. I'm not going to lie.
Oh no, it's cool. Right, I'm going to play mum now. It's time for me to play mum and sort of work towards finishing up. So, last question for you. If you could do, or if you wasn't running the dog pool and you could do anything in the world, what would you do?
I don't really know. I'd probably want to do something quite simple, really. I've got horses and I really enjoy looking after horses. So if money was no issue and I could just do any job, then it probably would be working at a stables looking after horses and stuff. probably. I haven't got any like big ambition to be like a big powerful person or anything like that, and I definitely wouldn't want to be famous. That would be awful. I'd hate to be famous. It would definitely be something with animals, without a doubt, and probably more likely horses. But yeah, I'm quite simple, really. I think Terry, on the other hand, he would love to be famous, definitely.
Bless him.
I don't know what he'd do to be famous, but he'd want to do something.
I don't think you need to do much these days.
He does a good Tina Turner impression. You could do that.
Put that on TikTok. There you go. Fine.
So what? There is some videos about. I might try putting one on. That could be one of the winter videos, and we haven't got anything else to put on there.
Absolutely, instantly.
Oh, can you imagine? How did you become a TikTok millionaire? Well, Terry does good old Tina Turner impressions. It's great. Wow.
Oh,
I like it.
Funny.
Diversify.
It's a winter job. Oh wow. He'll be in Spain doing the bars.
There you go, Spain. Are you destined to go to Spain?
I don't even like Spain, really.
I don't know why we chose Spain.
I don't know. No, someone did say. I think it's because someone did say to me about opening a port in Spain in the winter. That's why.
France, then you don't like Spain, France. So there you go.
Oh, I don't know if I like France either.
Okay.
I like Thailand. It's a bit far though, isn't
it?
I like Thailand.
I'm not sure there's the disposable income in Thailand.
No, I don't think a dog swimming pool would. They'd be like that. Are you serious? Is that really a thing? What? Really? You British people are insane. What?
What's that? Why they're eating locusts on a stick?
Oh no.
No. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. I've really enjoyed our conversation and learning more about you as well.
After I got over my initial, I don't know what to say. And then I don't shut up.
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's all good. But yeah, no, thank you.
Hey, thanks for chatting to me. It's fun. Enjoyed it.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'd love to hear your feedback. So please do leave us a review or drop us a DM on our Instagram @FounderLifePodcast.
See you in the next episode.